I know for me, whenever I'm sitting doing computer work or writing for any long period of time, my back becomes a bit of a nightmare. So not only is my lower back feeling compressed, the shoulders are in this rounded position, the chest feels closed down, and my neck feels really strained. So with this video today, I'm going to give you some standing work that you can do, most importantly to get you standing if you're sitting at your desk, and some simple movements to get your upper back, shoulders, low back feeling a wee bit better if you're sat at your desk. Remember, you can have the fanciest chair in the world, but unless you get up and move a little bit, it's not going to do a great deal. The best advice I can give you with doing some of the standing work, if you are sitting at a desk, keep a rolled up yoga mat or a yoga block with you in a drawer, under the desk, wherever, so that when you're doing this work, you can get your inner thigh muscle switched on. From the moment you're sat down, your inner thighs switch off, and that leads to some other complications. So let's get your legs switched on. So if you've got a roll, put it to the inner thighs and then bring the feet so they're about hip distance apart so you feel that there's tangible resistance against that roll. Relax the arms down by your sides. Beginning with shoulder shrugs, take a deep breath in. Hold your breath, bring your shoulders straight up towards your ears, straight back and squeeze them. Exhale, drag the shoulders down away from your ears. Inhale, spread in between the shoulders. This time, exhale, squeeze the shoulders straight back, squeeze them a lot, drag shoulders down. Inhale, spread in the back. Now third one's a wee bit different, palms face up. Exhale to squeeze the bottom part of your shoulder blades and your elbows towards each other and then drag the shoulders down. Inhale, relax the arms down. Hold your breath, bring the shoulders straight up, straight back, squeeze the shoulders. Exhale, pull the shoulders down away from your ears. Inhale, spread in between the shoulders. Exhale, middle part of shoulders squeeze back, squeeze a lot, drag shoulders down. Inhale, spread into the upper back, this time palms face up. Exhale, squeeze shoulder blades and elbows towards each other, drag shoulders down. It goes without saying, you can do all of these sitting down, so if necessary, translate most of what I'm saying to seated postures. Next part is getting into some movement into the upper back. Now you can either do this with one arm folded over the other. If you know eagle arms, then you're bringing the arms up and wrapping so that the hands find one another. If you wish to do eagle arms, do that. I'm going to show this with the arms crossed. Cross your left arm over the right and grab a hold of your shoulder head. So the aim is that the elbows are stacked. Take a deep breath in here. On exhale, bring the elbows and the upper chest down a little bit. So you can see in my back, I'm going from this upright, rounding into the upper back, but not changing how the lower body is working. So it's exhale down, move to the right, inhale up about halfway, and then up. So you're pointing up towards the diagonal, and then towards center. Take a deep breath here. Exhale, send the elbows over to the left, down about halfway, down the diagonal, then to the middle. So you can see we're kind of tracing all these different places. So we've got like these 8 points. Deep breath in. Exhale, this time go left. Begin to lift. Inhale, bring the elbows up, through to the center, to the right. Exhale, bring the elbows to the middle, down, and then to the center. Now you're going to maintain a steady breath. Make 3 circles, aiming to make the circles as big as possible, but as smooth as possible, without moving necessarily your lower back. One more. Change the cross on the arms. We'll trace the same on the other side. Exhale, bring the elbows down. Move them to the right. Start inhaling, bring the elbows up, then to center. Begin the exhales, you start to move down, tracing each of those points and feeling the control that you can exert in each of these places. Now begin to do them smoothly, so we'll do 3 smooth circles. So you should feel the shoulder blades moving, the upper back moving, and a lot of that stuck stuff, as well as getting into a little bit of extension into the neck. No bad thing. Release the arms. Now if you've been using a roll at the inner thighs, take that out for now. You're coming into standing cat. You can do this seated. I feel you get a little bit more movement and a better back traction when you do this standing. Brace the hands onto your thighs, stick your butt out a little bit, so if you're doing this at work you might need to find somewhere where nobody's necessarily going to see you. Deep breath in, scoop the chest forwards. Exhale, tuck your tailbone down, round into your back and press the mid back up, head tucks down. Inhale, swing your sit bones towards the back, scoop your chest forward, shoulder blades draw back, head is lifting. Exhale, tuck tailbone down, round into the back, press the mid back up. Inhale, scoop the chest forwards, lengthen ribs forwards. Exhale, tuck tailbone down, round into the back. Inhale, scoop the ribcage forwards. Work active feet so you're lifting your toe tips. If you're in shoes, this might be a good time to go shoeless. Exhale, tuck tailbone down, round into the back, mid back presses up towards the ceiling. Inhale, come back through center. Working that same idea, take the hands instead of at the knees, high up into your thighs, working back traction. In this back traction, point your butt away from your head, so you're kind of sticking your butt out, and begin to pitch forwards. Your aim is you should feel something in the hamstrings. You can do this seated, so obviously if you're here, you can still work a seated back traction, lengthening the ribs out. Inhale to stretch the ribs up away from pelvis, arms straight if possible. Exhale, pull the belly muscles in. So it's a really strong contraction of the abdomen. Inhale, lengthen chest forwards. Exhale, pull belly muscles in. Inhale, lengthen forwards. And you can gradually start to work this into almost a straight-legged forward bend, kind of with back traction. If you were working towards straighter legs, bend the legs, bring yourself up. Take the feet about 3 feet apart, moving into side bend and to neck release. Take your left hand high up into your left thigh, find your greater trochanter, widest, boniest part of your thigh, brace your hand in there. Make sure all fingers are pointing forwards rather than tucking your thumb behind, so if you've been sat at your desk, also look out for those wrists. Inhale, bring the right arm up. Exhale, wrap right shoulder blade forward, so that is the elbow bones spinning towards the front. Lift the ribcage, and then lean slightly to the left. It's more important that you're getting a lifting sensation through the right side than that you are collapsing your left. Allow the left ear to release towards left shoulder, so you're not dropping the head, but both sides of the neck are long. If you've been sat still for a long time, lean the head back, almost as if your feet, pelvis, shoulders, and head were against a wall. Inhale, stretch the ribs up, press down to your feet. Second part. Exhale, reach your right arm to the right so the hand is lower than your shoulder. Inhale, lift up through ribs and abdomen. Exhale, relax, left ear towards left shoulder, going after a stretch in the right side of the neck. Now, a specific change, turn your right palm forwards, angle your chin up until you feel the stretch coming into the side of the throat, perhaps pulling down over the collarbone. If that's happening, notice if breathing is still happening. By that, I mean specific, deep, intentional breathing. Make that happen. So even doing very exaggerated, deep breathing is moving your chest and your abdomen and some of those postural muscles that are recruited when you breathe more than if you were sat at your desk. Now coming up, inhale to reach with that right arm. Use the left hand on your head. Lift your head up so you're not straining your neck. Roll the shoulders a little bit. Take the right hand onto your right hip. So specifically thigh bone. Inhale, bring the left arm up. Exhale, spin the left elbow forwards and then side bend to the right. Inhale, lift both sides of the ribs up away from pelvis. Exhale, wrap left shoulder blade towards the underarm. So that's that same thing. Elbow is spinning forwards via the shoulder blade and reaching out. Inhale, press into both feet, stretch ribs up. Exhale, pull the belly muscles back. Take care that you aren't scooping your tailbone under. Feel that you are pointing your butt down without going under. Second part. Exhale, reach your left arm to the left. Bring the hand so it is lower than the shoulder and turn the palm forwards. Inhale, lift chest up. Exhale, relax right ear towards right shoulder, lengthening into left side of the neck, but more aiming to feel the stretch coming in towards the collarbone. If your left arm has gone a bit limp, reach actively through it. Bring back your awareness of deep breathing, aiming for an inhale for a count of 5, exhaling for a count of 6. And coming up, inhale to reach with that left arm, Use the right hand on the side of your head and then lift your head up. Roll the shoulders, heel toe the feet towards each other. Don't just jump this and miss it, so you're getting that little bit of internal and external rotation. The more your feet are in contact with the floor, the more resistance there will be provided. For the next part, you'll be working with your hands on the wall. The further you lean, the more of a diagonal you will be on. When that is happening, instead of letting the pelvis hang down, aim to feel for drawing in through your abdominal muscles, not massively curling under, but aiming to engage the low buttock muscles. So it's like a wall plank. With this, your aim is to create this movement in the shoulders, which is exhale, shoulder blades go straight back. Inhaling to reach, and reach beyond where you would normally be with the shoulders, just to get things moving around a wee bit more. Take the hands onto a wall. Be in a little bit of a plank position. If you lift up to tiptoes, you will feel this challenging you a little bit more. Zip up through the front of the abdomen, so abdomen pulls in, but point your butt towards your heels. Deep breath in. Exhale, squeeze your shoulder blades straight back and squeeze them back so you feel the shoulder blades are traveling towards each other. Resist bending the arms. Inhale, spread between the shoulders, lift up between the shoulder blades. Exhale, squeeze shoulder blades back, squeeze them a lot, lean your chest towards the wall. Inhale, spread between the shoulders, head stays up. Exhale, squeeze shoulder blades straight back, squeeze them a lot. Inhale, lift between the shoulder blades and then dome between shoulder blades. One more. Exhale, squeeze the shoulder blades back, squeeze them a lot. Inhale, spread between the shoulders and then almost extend between shoulders. Step forwards and then come up from there. So this has gotten your shoulders moving, your back and your pelvis moving. You can do most of these seated. So for example, that last one, if you were sat in your chair, you could lean the hands onto the desk and do those same shoulder blade retractions, same deal. Instead of doing side bend, you can do side bend seated, bracing your hand onto the chair. And when you do neck release, sit on your own hand and lean away from that. And you've got a stronger stretch. So there are ways that you can do most of these sitting in the chair. So I hope this gives you something to work with and will move out some of those aches, but more importantly, feeling for recruiting those muscles. Instead of thinking about doing this like once a day, take some of these movements and add them in throughout your day. If you see people going out for a smoking break, why don't you take a yoga break? It's a little bit more beneficial for your health.